Hi friends, my name is Lisbeth and I'm doing something new. I've decided to start a video channel where I do my makeup and I talk about things that interest me. Oh, and also I have a special guest star today. This is my babies. This is Quilt, who's going to come up on my shoulder. She's my best friend. We've had her since she was a month old, apparently. Since she was a month old. And she doesn't leave me alone. She's my best friend. I'm her mama, so she's always hanging out with me. But I've decided, I love, this is a good girl. Apparently she's gonna help me do my makeup today. You gonna help me? But she, anyway, I'm going to do my makeup and talk about stories that interest me, maybe sometimes about my life or other things that have been on my mind. Today I'm going to tell a few stories because this is something that's been on my mind lately. It's getting fall, it's kind of heading into Halloween season. I know we're not in October yet, but we're in the fall season, you know, so I figure it's appropriate. I'm going to talk about why I don't like haunted houses and a haunted, possibly. I will go to my grave saying it is. Truck stop. So let's jump into it. Oh, I'm self-taught. I don't have any formal training or anything. This is just how I do my makeup, and it gives me something to do while I'm doing my makeup. So let's jump into it. So before I start, I'm going to show you the eyeshadow palette that I'm using today. It's called Makeup Obsessions Radiant Daydream, and I've got to show you this because this palette is gorgeous. I love it. Look how pretty that is. Anyways, so when I was 12 or 13, we went on a youth activity, hi love, to a haunted house. Well, I think it was more like a haunted maze because it was outside, and I took a good friend of mine with me, and we weren't sure that we were going to go in the haunted house because neither of us really liked haunted houses, but we got there and we decided, might as well give it a try. So we go in, and we didn't get very far in. We I think we got just barely past the entrance, and we were like, no, not gonna do this. So we went back out with some other girls who had decided not to go in, and we're hanging out with them, and then we see one of the actors come out, and so we all kind of, I don't want to use that brush, we all kind of freak out, and we run to the bathroom, and we're just hiding out in the stalls. And then one of the girls opened her stall door, and we hear her scream. And we're all like, what happened? What happened? And the actor had followed us into the bathroom and was standing right outside her door. And I mean, who does that? Is that even allowed? Because I feel like if you're in the maze and you're paying to be scared, that's great. Then the actor should scare you because that's what you're there for, right? But if you see some people who genuinely don't want to go in the maze and don't really want anything to do with it, why would you follow them? Is that even allowed? I feel like it shouldn't be, but maybe that's just me. So my second story is a few years ago. I went to a haunted house with a couple friends, and I hadn't been back to a haunted house since that wonderful experience. Sorry. And so we go to the haunted house, and one of the friends before we go in, me and one of my friends are like, we're not letting go of each other because no, So we go into the haunted house, and one of the friends, I don't remember what happened, but they got separated from us pretty quickly. But me and my other friend were like, nope. And we were hanging on each other. We just held on to each other like birds. We were not letting go. At one point, I think it was near the end, there were like these tunnels that you were supposed to go through. And one of the actors tried to separate us. And he, to make one of us go through one tunnel and the other, go through the other. But we're like, nope, not happening. We were not letting go. We held on to each other for dear life. He even tried to get between us, which also I thought they weren't supposed to touch you, but whatever. But he even told us, he tried to get between us, and we're like, nope. Like, we had death grips on each other. It was that bad. We had death grips on each other. And he even told us, he was like, you guys, he's like, y'all are ridiculous. We're like, nope, not letting go. So finally he gave up, and we went on our merry way. This is also why I will never go into a haunted house with my sweet husband, because he would try to ditch me halfway through. Actually, I don't even know if it would be halfway through, but he would try to ditch me, and it wouldn't be him being mean at all. He'd just think it was funny. So I feel like we should just not tempt fate. And because, you know, I don't like being scared. There's actually a haunted corn maze going on near our place, and he called me the other day and he was like, hey, he was like, you should go try out for this. And I don't know, like, I don't know if I want to be responsible for other people being traumatized. I don't know. But like, now he's put the idea in my brain, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm still not sure that I want to do it. But that's the kind of person I am. If you put an idea or something in my brain, I'll think about it a lot until I make a decision, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do it? Sorry, double-sided me. Or should I be like, nope, stick to my guns and say no? I love this foundation, by the way. It's one of my favorites. It's probably one that you'll see me use a lot of the time, most often, because it's just been great for me. Okay, and my third story. So my husband is a trucker, and when we were first married, when we were before we were engaged too, and I've known my husband for years. His sister is one of my best friends, and when we first met each other, we were friendly and whatever, but we didn't interact a whole lot. And then a few years later, and then life got in the way, and both of us had some moves in life and all that good stuff, and we didn't really keep in touch or anything. But a few years later, we reconnected and started dating. Oh, I gotta stop putting that up. And we started dating, and we got engaged in October. We got married in February. Well, yeah, like I said, he was an over-the-road trucker. And so the day after we got married, I jumped in the truck with him. Yeah, we didn't even get a honeymoon. I was a little sad about that, but it is what it is. So we jumped in the truck and went on our way. And we rode together for 7 months until I said, I can't do it anymore. Because, sorry, I don't mean to keep putting that up. My bad, sorry guys. Because let me tell you, if you are a trucker, if you are married to a trucker, if you have ever ridden in it, if you are in a relationship with a trucker, or have ever ridden with a trucker, or have co-driven with a trucker, kudos to you guys. It's it's not an easy life. It's not for everybody. You're essentially living in a box, and you don't have a bathroom. Well, I know there are things like called apartment trucks, and maybe they do, I don't know. But there's, you don't have a bathroom, no kitchen, no really anything. You've got the truck and a twin bed, and we had a fridge that I think my in-laws gave us for our wedding, or maybe we bought it, or maybe my family gave it to us. Anyway, I don't remember. But we had this fridge that we could put groceries in and stuff. I think we had a hot plate, but that was pretty much it. Did we have a microwave? No, I don't think we had a microwave, but that was pretty much it. And when you're in a truck, you have to go. Like, you have a place you have to deliver. You have a time you're expected to deliver. You have to make that time. So, I mean, I've been all over the country. I think there are actually very few states that I have not been in at this point. I haven't been to Florida. We never went to Florida. But we went most everywhere else. And saw a lot of cool scenery, but you don't really have a chance to see a lot of stuff. Well, I mean, like, get out and explore or do a lot of things. It's just go. And that was also a little bit hard. Luckily, my husband and I got along, the hubby and I got along really well. Well, we still do get along really well. But we really liked being around each other, so it wasn't too hard. I mean, there were times, you know, where we needed a little space, so one of us would take a walk or something when we had time, just to give the other one a little space so that we didn't end up hating each other. And towards the end of our 7 months, I admit I got a little frustrated, a little more easy, because I was just done. But it's not an easy life. I'm not gonna lie, I don't miss it. I know my hubby luckily he has a local run now, so it's made life a lot easier. I know he misses being over there sometimes, and I feel bad about that. But and he really wants me to get my CDL. I'm pretty sure he will want me to get my CDL until either the day I crack and say I will, which is not going to happen, or he's just always going to want me to get my CDL, and I can't do it. Riding in a truck is okay, but driving a truck, it terrifies me. I'm afraid that I'd kill somebody or kill myself or something, and I just don't want to. One of the bad things about having cats is the cat hair. But anyway, okay, so we were at this truck stop, and I asked the hubby where it was, because I don't remember, and he thinks it was in Oklahoma, but I'm not positive on that. But it was somewhere. I wanted to say Colorado, but I don't think it was Colorado. Oklahoma sounds as good as any, though. So we were at this truck stop, and we went in to use the bathroom. And let me tell you, there were more than a few times by the end of the day, because there were times, sorry, segue, where, like I said, you have to keep going and going to make that delivery, and there were times where we didn't have a lot of time to take stops or have bathroom breaks or food or grab something to eat or whatever. We had to eat what we had in the truck or all that good stuff, and that was fine. But there was more than one time I was jumping out of the truck almost before the engine was off. But anyway, so we were at this truck stop, and we'll just say it was Oklahoma. And it was, I went into the restroom, and all of a sudden, and I don't think there was anybody else in the bathroom. It was a fairly big bathroom, and all of a sudden I hear this scratching sound, like, on the wall. I'm like, what the heck is that? It freaked me out, because there was nobody else in the bathroom. I was by myself. And so I'm like, I need to get out of here. And so I got out of there, and right by the and I met Zach outside, and I was like, Zach, there was this scratching in the bathroom, and there was nobody else in the bathroom. And he was like, maybe it's haunted. Well, thanks, because I needed that. But then he shows me that there's this marionette, like those creepy marionette displays over by the wall, by the bathroom wall for the girls' bathroom. But the thing is, you know how like the machines will like have a slot you can put quarters in to, and the dolls were like dancing and stuff, but you know how the machines will have like, you can put quarters in to make them go. This machine was broken. Like we actually watched somebody try to put quarters in, and it didn't work, but the machine was still going, which was weird. And then I think we got something to eat, and the diner was actually kind of cool. A little, I don't know, looking back, maybe a little creepy, but kind of cool. There was, and I don't know why it was creepy, it just, yeah. But they had these tables that were glass top, or either glass or clear plastic. And in these tables, they had all these toys and gadgets that were from just from all over. It was cool. And then we went up to the truckers lounge where they were playing, I think it was like 60 Minutes or something, about someone who had disappeared without a trace, which I can't real great for my frame of mind right at that point, right? Because I was still freaked out. And my sweet, loving, wonderful husband knew I was freaked out. And so, so he starts telling me this story about the possessed doll, you know, Annabelle. Okay, and this is how my mind works. Like, you tell me something that I find vaguely interesting, or I just need to know more about, and I'm gonna find out more about it. So he tells me this story about Annabelle, and so I start looking it up. I start looking it up, and yeah, there's a real possessed doll named Annabelle, and it's pretty creepy stuff. I didn't look too far into it because I have no desire to, okay, well, I did have a little bit of a desire because I looked it up, but I don't want to know any more than I know, right? So he starts telling me this, and so you have this 60 Minutes going on about someone who's disappeared without a trace. You have the creepy marionettes and the story about Annabelle in my head now, right? I know. It's just a recipe for disaster. But it wasn't just, okay, all those didn't help, but I feel like that wasn't all that it was. Because that place, I will go to my grave saying this, that place is, I'm pretty positive that place is haunted. It didn't have a good feeling to it. It just had, I don't even know how to describe it. It just didn't have a good feeling. I mean, I refused to go to, if I could have dragged Zach into the bathroom, I would have. Because I didn't, and I had to go back into the bathroom a couple times. So I made Zach wait outside, and I made him wait outside the door for me, because if I could have dragged him into the bathroom with me, I would have. Because I just didn't want to be by myself. And I always heard that dang scratching that freaked me out. But yeah, like if I think, or if I had to go in the middle of the night, I wasn't going by myself. I could hold it. Luckily, we left the next day. But it just, I swear that place was haunted. What do you guys think? Was it haunted, or am I just being silly? Maybe I'm just being silly, and that's okay. Because to me, that place was haunted. What else? Oh, but speaking of going to the wrong bathroom, so there was another time we stopped at a truck stop, and I had gone in earlier, and then the hubby finished up his truck stuff and whatever, and then came in with me, and I had already gone in to go to the bathroom, okay? Which it makes this story about 10 times worse. So I know where the right bathroom is, but we're walking along and we're chatting and stuff, and I was on one side and he was on the other, and I don't know, I just veered off towards the bathroom, and I go in the bathroom and it looks a little off, and I turn around and there's a guy at the sink. And I zoom out of there. Zach likes to tell it. He's like, I didn't even see your feet didn't even touch the floor. That's how fast you were going. And I was just really embarrassed because I've never done that before. And so I went and I hid in the girls' bathroom, and there was a janitor right there too, she was cleaning the floors, and so she was wondering what was going on too. And so my hubby, he was really sweet, because I texted him and I'm like, I'm not coming out. I was like, I'm living here now, I'm not coming out. And so he talked to the janitor who was right there, and he was like, I need to go. He was like, can you make sure nobody else comes in this bathroom right now, because I need to go talk to my wife. So a little bit later, I hear footsteps in the bathroom, and he calls my name, and I'm like, what are you doing in here? He's like, I'm here to make sure you come out. So he came in and got me out of the bathroom. It was very sweet, because I was mortified. It was embarrassing. I've never done that again since. But yeah, if you guys ever had any adventures like that, because let me tell you, it was an adventure. The whole riding in the truck, everything about it was an adventure, because I'd never done anything like that before. And we had good times, we had bad times. I wouldn't take it back, but I wouldn't do it again. But let's see. I can't think of any other real fun trucking stories. So are you guys getting excited for Halloween? I really like Halloween. I love the decorations. I'm hoping they still have trick-or-treating and stuff this year, but I haven't really decorated in the past because the hubby's, I don't know, he's never really shown a huge interest in it, but I'm gonna do it this year. I'm gonna decorate. I always say that, and I never do. But this year, I actually hope I do it because I love looking at all the different decorations, and I think it would just be so fun to decorate. And we have a nice porch that it's just perfect for putting decorations out on. What it's almost as good as looking at going around and looking at Christmas lights. Those are fun. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if I'm alone in this, but hold on. I'm good. Just sticking myself in the eye with the wand. So oh crap, I'm gonna give that a minute. I don't remember what I was gonna say. I don't do false lashes. They intimidate me a little bit. I actually have these magnetic lashes that I bought a while ago that I was gonna try to put on, and I tried to put them on the other night, and it was a mess. Like I had black stuff going down my face. It was good times. But I growing up and stuff, I never had fake lashes. The first time I actually had them on was at a wedding 3 or 4 times, 3 or 4 years ago. At a friend's wedding. Hold on just a sec. Sorry, I don't know about you, but I can't talk and do my lips at the same time. But the first time that I had fake lashes on was 3 or 4 years ago at one of my best friend's weddings. And I don't know, like, if the makeup artist put on too much glue, or if the glue slipped, or if they just, or what happened, but they bugged me the whole night long. It's just uncomfortable. So I really wanted nothing to do with them after that. Like, as soon as we got back to where we were staying, I was ripping those puppies off because I just wasn't doing it anymore. It's also really hard to talk and do your under lashes. But yes, and I really hadn't tried to do them again since. But I'm gonna try it again one day. I think I'm gonna practice a little bit more first. Sorry, no, that's distracted. But then one day I'll put on fake lashes for y'all. But so I'm about done. I'm gonna pause it real quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go finish up my lips. And let me tell you, lipstick is my favorite makeup ever. I don't know why. It just is. But I always have about a million, not really, but I always have a lot of lip products in my purse, because what if I want to change my lip look halfway through the day? Or what if the apocalypse comes and I don't have lipstick? I know, that would be the last thing I would be worrying about, but this is how my brain works. Gotta love it or leave it. I choose to embrace it. Anyway, I'll be right back. And we're done. Can I tell you, I usually go with the red lip. I love the red lip. I'm not a pink girl. You can ask anyone who knows me. I'm not a pink girl. But I do kind of love the dusty rose lip that's going on right now. Anyway, so I'm done. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'm not sure of my posting schedule yet. I believe I will be posting multiple times a day. Not multiple times a day. A week. And I'm not talking about different stories. I feel like I kind of want to go with more of a feel-good story kind of route, because I love mystery, I love true crime. But I feel like we don't have enough happy stories going on right now. I feel like a lot of life right now is kind of doom and gloom, and we could all use a little more happiness in our lives, right? Well, if you can't, you don't have to watch. That's okay. But I feel like we could always use a little more happiness in our life. It's been a rough year for everybody, my husband and I included. The last half of this year it's been rough. But anyway, so I will see you next time. Please always be patient and kind with people. Everyone has their story and we don't know it. So in your interactions, please always be patient and kind. And if you have any tips or tricks for me, please let me know. Again, be kind when you do though. And I will see you next time. Bye!